Molly Robbins running into bowl, and it's crunched off the back foot through point, and this will test the outfield. It looks quick enough. I don't think that's going to be stopped. It's not. 4 runs. Robbins bowling, edging between slip and short third, and I think that might just be another boundary. It's very short down there, and it is. It's 4 runs. Gully short, extra cover, short mid-wicket, and once again, Knott this time very deliberately has got it between slip and gully, and you're not stopping it.
As Gibson's bowling, it's full and it's past. The fielder at point racing along this outfield away for 4 runs. You're doing what you wanted to do as it's full and this time glided through the inner ring on the offside by Boucher. Again, it goes away for 4 runs with 3 fielders in pursuit for the Storm. Back for this. Robbins over. This is cut powerfully and dived over the top of by cover point and away. Robbins bowls very full on the pads, clipped away down fine. And that will be 4 runs, I think. Yep, she's got a little leg glance out as Knott. Robbins bowls and the back foot drive. That's trademark Boucher through extra cover, and it's timed sweetly. Baking to the cricket head. Driving past point and away for 4 runs. The dive from point fielder, not enough. The Smale is in now, and the ball just clipped over her head and down towards the boundary for 4. Gibson bowling, flicked off the pads, nicely timed from Charlie Knott and away to the square leg boundary for 4. As Gibson bowls full, driven nicely through the covers, and it's another boundary. And Smale, shorter ball down the leg side, down on one knee as Boucher. She pulls it down towards the boundary, and there's no protection down there. So the batting is these days as cutting this one through the inner ring on the offside. 2 Storm fielders in pursuit, but it's a quick outfield, and it's another 4.
Car that was coming out, that was being advertised.
Unike. Down the pitch comes Knott, driving over extra cover. That's a lovely shot. Smale, bowl, short, pulled down the leg side. She wasn't going to get away with that, and that will be 4 runs and a 50 for Charlie Knott from just 37 deliveries. And she's hit 10 fours, so 40 out of the 50 runs that she scored have been in boundaries. Amanda J. Wellington to continue, and a reverse sweep attempted, going away, down fine, and for 4 runs. Wellington bowls, fly to delivery, it's hoisted high up into the air. Fielder underneath it at extra cover, takes the catch. And Heather Knight was not going to drop that.
Comes in again and bowls edge through the vacant first slip area, and they'll run away to third at the far end of the ground for 4 runs.
Gibson, and this time it's cut away and it's going to race away to the boundary. There's a fielder chasing, but it's safely through for another 4 runs.
Here's Skelton, bowls short, pulled away on the leg side. There's 2 fielders out there, and Adams has split them.
This time it's sliced backwards. Ball was racing away. It should make it to the boundary if it's slowing up, but it makes it there in the end.
Great city. Another shorter ball, and Adams dismisses it down to the boundary at fine leg for 4 as Holland is into Adams. It goes off the pads to short fine leg. They run through for a quick single just when it's a half century for Georgia Adams. 50.
Wellington in bowls wide outside the off stump, cut away into the gap through the covers, and that is a maiden list 100 for Charlie Knott. It also brings up the Vipers 200, but this moment is about Charlie Knott. It removes her helmet, and she's going to get to start with a handshake and then a warm embrace from Georgia Adams. Superb innings. Sophia Smale is back into the attack from the Ashley Down Road. Energy bowls her. So that is a wicket off the first ball of the new spell from Sophia Smale. Alex Griffiths to continue. It's pulled away aerially towards the gap on the leg side, and for 4 in the end. She's faced just those number of deliveries where she might look to, but no, she's been bowled straight through her. That is a terrific wicket for Alex Griffiths.
300, but it will take a lot of big hitting as this one's out. Chipped up to extra cover. Georgia Adams falls for 65, and it's Heather Knight with the catch. She's in now. It's shorter. It's pulled over mid-wicket away to the boundary for 4 runs, and it's...
Get the ball moving across. Kemp, who gets an edge as she tries to drive that one through the offside. It's running down to third, and that'll be 4.
As in comes Gibson, and it's been chipped up. Easy catch at extra cover. And Charlie Dean goes.
Here's Amanda J. Wellington. Oh, it's wide outside off stump, but hit well through extra cover by Freya Kemp. God, my God, that is a good shot.
Bowling, fly to delivery, and hit firmly down the ground, and for 6. It's just carried the rope. Yeah, it's gone for 6, Sue, intentionally or not. Down the pitch and edging the ball this time. Wellington can't believe her luck, but she's somebody that would just smile anyway. What else can you do? It's edged down to the deep third boundary for 4 more. So last ball of the 49th over. Slog sweep again from Elwes. There's no fielder at deep square leg. It's a really intelligent shot from Georgia Elwes. She knew she didn't have to hit it that hard.
Gibson is in. It's a slower ball and stepping across the stumps, flicking the ball down towards the boundary. And it's going to be 4 runs to start the over to Freya Kemp. To Elwes, who steps into the offside. She sweeps down to the boundary for 4. Great execution from Georgia Elwes. Really left the stumps exposed. Gibson followed her. And the Vipers finished their innings 295 for 5.
Smith bowls the first ball to Griffiths. It's a leg stump full toss and it's whipped away towards the boundary. Big chase on, but it will only be one.
Freya Davies bowls. Oh, it's in the air. This could be out caught. Underneath it is Maya Boucher. Safe and simple catch. That's the end of Sophia Smale. She goes for 5. As Freya Davies comes in and bowls. That's a bit more leg stumpish and a bit fuller. Nicely turned off her legs by Heather Knight. Running up the hill, and that will go for 4 runs. Beautifully timed shot. As Davies bowls, and she's having a little nibble at that, and she's got an edge through to Rhianna Southby, and that's the end of Alex Griffiths. She goes for 16. The Storm have lost their second wicket with a score on 32. Freya Davies comes in and bowls to Heather Knight. He's pulling that one a little stronger and in front of square this time, and that will go all the way to the rope.
Got the DLS win as Knight this time finds the gap. It's racing away, but a fielder will be chasing. She gets the boundary. 4 runs.
That's cut away and it's gone over the top of backward a point. I wouldn't say exactly where Danny White was. I think she's a struggle to get round the rope to top that one, but
that's concerning.
In Wilson reverse sweeps. Ball is racing away and she gets a boundary. Good option from Fran Wilson there.
Taylor bowls full, clipped off the pads in the air and past the outstretched left hand of the mid-wicket fielder away to the boundary for 4 runs. And I think that's led to the distribution of teams. It's on driving this time, beating the fielder, and that is a delightful stroke from Fran Wilson. Just a push, really, but goes to show spin options, we're going to use them.
Reversed by Knight. Ball's racing away. Will it make the boundary? It does indeed. So 4 to her total.
Charlie Knott starts a new over. Slog sweep out on the leg side, in the air, but safe, and that split the field. Emily Windsor's on as a Vipers substitute fielder, and it's gone well to her left, and it beat Boucher to her right as well. Good shout, actually. Reverse sweep there from Heather Knight, and that's gone very strongly out to backward a point. That's 4 runs.
Regional cricket. As helping this one round the corner, more work to do for Windsor around the boundary. There's a lot of pace to it, and too much pace this time.
If the game wants to keep growing, as pulling this time a shorter ball and lots of work for the fielder to do, can't get round. So it's 4 runs, where it's so unpredictable. Anyone could have a go at challenging them now, as this time it's pulled down towards wide fine leg, perfectly bisects the 2 fielders.
Last year, there's another full delivery is dug out towards long on by Fran Wilson for a single, and she gets through to another half century.
As Davies is bowling, beats Lindsay Smith at point and goes down towards the boundary, and that will be 4 runs.
Improving themselves.
As Davies is in and smacked back towards her, and actually she's run out of the non-striker's end. And it's Heather Knight who has to go.
In terms of the away games, because the first year we couldn't. This is whacked into the onside, but in the air and caught at deep mid-wicket. Danny White with a catch. She pouches it, and just like that.
I'll come on to that after this delivery. It's hit aerially. It's gone up in the air. 1 bounce and 4.
And back comes Lindsay Smith. They've got so much quality spin that they can bowl, but this is a gorgeous drive from Wraith to start the next over.
So in Fran Wilson and Knight. That's hit high over mid-off by Nat Wraith, and that is a very good shot for 4 runs. Smith again. Luff comes down the wicket, goes aerial over mid-off. That's a lovely shot. That's a couple of bounces out towards the boundary. Knew exactly what she was doing there, Sophie Luff.
As Knott is bowling, using her feet and swinging the ball into the deep. There's a fielder there, takes the catch. And it's Maya Boucher. Safe hands out there from ball 1, and who's going to keep things going along, as this one's an edge from Gibson. Goes fine. And it might bring up a boundary. The ball just slowing down and does go away for 4 runs. But she might be all right as a flatter ball this time is pulled away by Gibson. Could she find another boundary? She does. I don't know why the groundsman's bedsheets would even be here, as this one's pulled out towards deep mid-wicket and finds another boundary, does Danny Gibson. Not bowling, reverse sweep from Gibson. She gets it fine and enough on it to get it to the boundary for 4. Trying those funkier shots as down on one knee, sweeping past the short fine leg fielder, and there's the boundary for Luff. Goodness, as this time coming down the pitch, hitting airily, the fielder can't get there, and it's 1 bounce 4. Fielder's patrolling that boundary in the offside now, and she gets an edge, and this might just be another one for Sophie Luff. She was given width by Knott, and it does go away for 4 runs. 3rd boundary of the over.
Dean bowls now, round the corner, sweeping powerfully, and for 4 is Danny Gibson. As bowling is Smith, and stepping across her stumps to sweep is Luff, and splitting the gap between backward square.
Really behind that just to force it through the ring.
Smith bowls, it's a full toss, slammed through the offside. Everybody's up there because they've had to put fielders back covering the leg side option.
Here's Freya Davies then comes in short, and that's hammered away behind square on the leg side. That's going to be another boundary. And bowls, and Luff just turns that away on the leg side, and that will be a half century for the Storm captain. Warmly received by this home crowd. 50 of 47 deliveries with the Storm now. 267 for 5. Brilliantly played.
Comes into Luff. Luff uses her feet. It's got an air of it. There's a fielder underneath it. And it's taken an easy catch in the end out in the deep. That is the departure of Luff for 51.
And again, and bowls. Holland again goes across the stumps, and this time she does get hold of it, and this time she finds the gap, and it's going to be 4 runs. Smith to Holland again. Holland goes reverse sweep, and she's bowled. And that is another wicket. 278 for 7. Holland goes for 6.
To Gibson. She's absolutely smacked that on the leg side. She's going to bring up her 50. It's just for 1 run. An excellent innings from Danny Gibson.
Adams bowls. Reverse sweep coming. Up in the air. This could be caught in the covers. And it is. It's Freya Kebb right off the top of the bat. It just looped in the air. And Gibson goes for 51. Okay. She needs a big one, doesn't she, from somewhere. Adams bowls, comes down the wicket. That's hit on the onside, but it should only be 1 if Dean picks it up cleanly. They're going to go for 2. They run on the throw. It's a direct hit. Direct hit. And Robbins is out by a country mile. Wasn't even in the frame.
Superbly.
Bowls, and that's hit up in the air. It won't quite reach mid-off. Oh, it falls just short of Charlie Knott, but they'll run through for 2. The score will end up on 291 for 9 at Western Storm.